Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to After Hours Garage. So, didn't do any racing this weekend. However, I ended up getting my C10 back together. We ended up putting that 406 that was out of the budget build over into this truck. So, I mean, it's probably a 450 horse 406. Did get this truck going pretty good. So, you'll see later on in the video, we do a little playing around with it, and definitely going to have to make some changes, and I'll go over that towards the end of the video. But here y'all go. Hope y'all enjoy it. Just want to give a little rundown of the truck since it's not really been on the channel much. So I got this truck 2 or 3 years ago, and I've just been tinkering on it little by little ever since. So this motor, it came out of the budget build truck that you guys have seen on the channel before. It is a 406. It's got aftermarket heads. It's a pretty good lift cam, but it's a pretty tight lobe separation, so it pulls really good vacuum when we were trying to run dirt drag. So it pulls about 18 inches of vacuum. I ended up leaving the electric water pump on it for the time being and just got the alternator. No power steering. Probably will end up putting that stuff back on it, but the truck actually, it started its life out as a long bed C10. That's why the bed is actually blue on this truck, and we ended up chopping it down into a short bed ourselves. That's a pretty easy job. Definitely was happy with the outcome. We ended up using the long bed actually on my brother's truck, is why the whole reason we even got this truck in the get-go. But I'm happy with the way it turned out. I've just been tinkering over the past few years, and it just keeps getting a little better and a little better. The front end is a 3-inch drop spring, which, yes, I know it's not going to be good for drag racing, but I like the way it sits. I'd like to bring the rear down a little bit. As you can tell, we still have some work left to do with the truck. Honestly, it doesn't run that bad for just dumping that motor in, and that's all we've done. It still has 342s in the rear. Probably, realistically, I'd like to do a 373 or a 410 gear. The trans is it's just a bone stock factory transmission in that truck. Didn't do anything to it. Left the factory converter and all in it. The factory converter is really too tight for that motor. We probably need more closer to like a 3000 stall in that truck. But for the time being, means that transmission that's in that truck is just completely stock. I don't think it's ever been out and rebuilt. The fluid didn't look that great. I didn't want to spend the money and buy a converter and then potentially trash my brand new converter running it in that transmission. So I opted out on that for the time being. But the plan is, if I can get to, a few months of fun out of that truck here for a little bit, I'd like to just go ahead in this fall, winter, at some point, go ahead and rebuild that thing. And at that point, we'll put a good converter in it and have that problem solved. So definitely some things that we can do. I do have a set of cowl tracks. I haven't bolted those on yet. It's, of course, just factory shocks all the way around. I don't know if I can really honestly make those 3-inch drop springs work in the front, but we'll see. I mean, it's not like it's crazy power. Eventually, I've thought about putting it on the bottle, but I haven't decided there yet, so we'll see. But anyway, it's going to be a fun truck. I'll have a lot of blast just driving it around for that fact, but eventually I'd like to take it to Edgewater and maybe go to test and tune night, or maybe run some hard tire races, something like that with it. Just for something to do. I mean, we don't expect to be competitive, just have some fun with it mostly. The plan for this week is I've actually gone ahead and I've started on my teal truck. I started pulling the transmission that's in the truck out already, so got a good start on that. It's pretty much ready to go, other than the cross member bolts need taken out. But once those are out, we'll go ahead and get this thing pulled so we can get this brand new power glide that I bought for it stuck up in there. I just got the FTI adapter in earlier this week, so it should make a good power combination for this truck for us, and hopefully towards the end of this week, we'll be able to test on this truck and see how it does, and hopefully it picks up, and we can tell just by testing it. Of course, we'll know for sure when we get a time slip off of it. But that's what this week's agenda is kind of looking like, is just trying to get this truck ready to go. I don't think we're probably going to race this week, and there's not really anything that I know of going on. But the weekend after, I would say we'll probably end up going up to a race in Blanchester, Ohio again. Dirt Country's putting it on, so we'd like to go to that. And honestly, it'd be nice to go ahead and take this truck up there and test it. I'll probably go ahead and change the gears in it as well. So we got a lot of work to do this week. Going to mow a lot of hay as well. So we'll just see where we get. That'll be on the back burner, of course. The hay's gonna have to come first, but we'll see where we get. Thank you all for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel, give us a thumbs up on this one, and we'll catch you in the next video.